Should we be basing our expectations on when Samsung debuted the Z Fold 6, we will probably have to wait until July 2025 before the Z Fold 7 is released, as it allows Samsung some breathing room before the full rush of new phone announcements. There is nothing to suggest anything unusual will happen. Pricing information has been pretty rare given we are still a couple ways off from any official release. Maybe that's a quite positive thing, since it would free us from concern about a price increase. However, some reports have stated that the Z Fold 7 could end up being a bit more pricey. The main cause would be the higher expenses for the Snapdragon 8 Elite. This is not restricted to Samsung's foldable phones. Price rises for the S25 series have also been hinted at for the same reason. Later this year, new Samsung foldables, the Z Fold 7, are slated to come. Leaks have been hinting to what consumers might expect from the smartphones. A few days ago, some sad news surfaced from one source. The Fold 7 may find methods to excite consumers with an enhanced camera and larger screen, but the devices won't give a boost in the RAM or storage area compared to current generation models. That's according to tipster the Galax_, who thinks the Z Fold 7 will take a few elements from the Samsung Fold Special Edition. The Special Edition was only offered in select Asian locations, such as Samsung's home base South Korea, and has enhanced specs, larger displays, and a higher pricing. Though the Galax_ claims the 7 is borrowing the 200 megapixels main camera, finally catching up with the Galaxy Ultra range, and the larger displays, maybe that last point won't be transferred to the upcoming Fold 7. In addition, the 7 will purportedly offer a larger vapor chamber, possibly borrowing the S25's line's design, a speedier chipset, presumably the S25 line's Snapdragon 8 Elite, which prior leaks claimed also, and improved speakers. Obviously, all leaks should be taken with a pinch of salt, and even if the Z Fold 7 does borrow some of the Special Edition's features, leaks have already suggested it won't be an exact copy. For example, the 7 is said to have 12 gigs of RAM, rather than the Special 16. Though a couple of downgrades could ensure we won't see a Fold 7 price hike. I've been using the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 as my main smartphone for the past several months, and as I regularly say on the Tech Radar podcast, I can't see switching back to a standard device. Though there are a few aggravating idiosyncrasies that make the phone harder to recommend when you consider it Samsung's most expensive, widely available, consumer smartphone. The first is the camera. For a lot of folks, the snappers are the major reason to buy one phone over another. Thus, it can be an instant deal breaker when you discover the Fold 6, while costing approximately 1.5 times more, features a weaker camera than a Galaxy Ultra. Yes, the expense is going to the extra folding display, but even so, it's a peculiar sensation to be buying a phone that comes with any downgrades compared to a substantially cheaper one. Another is the display aspect ratio. The exterior screen is a little thinner than a typical phone, which can lead to some annoyances, with apps being cut off at the corners, or the screen feeling a little cramped for videos. It's not a massive downgrade, but again, a device which starts at $1,899 doesn't feel like it should come with any downgrades, especially when other foldables like the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold offer a full-sized out display, which leads to a larger inner screen too, and are a similar starting price at $179. If the Z Fold 7 features the Special Edition screen, it should feel less cramped, and will only make it an even more useful tablet alternative when it's unfolded. Hopefully the phone will incorporate these camera and display advancements then, but we won't know for definite until Samsung makes an official announcement. We'll also have to wait and see if it'll do anything about the phone's IP48 dust and water resistance rating. I'm not holding my breath, but it might soon be the final major foldable annoyance Samsung needs to fix. The greater vapor chamber integration has been noticed on the current top phones of Samsung, including the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Also, regarding the chip, it will most likely be the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy, offering a small bit of additional benefit over the non-Galaxy Snapdragon chip. On the other hand, another tipster PandaFlash Pro on X has hinted at some further specifications of the Z Fold 7. The foldable is likely to cost the same as the Z Fold 6, which is $1,899.99 in the US. The gadget is also likely to have an upgrade when it comes to wired charging, which has remained 25 watt ever since the launch of Z Fold 4. Tipster further says that the Z Fold 7 offers 3 storage versions consisting 256 gigs, 512 gigs, and 1 terabytes, coupled by 12 gigs of RAM. As for the screen, the Z Fold 7's foldable screen is believed to carry 2600 nits of peak brightness and combines the Pro Scaler technology that debuted in the S25 series, which is driven by AI to increase the image quality that's being viewed on the screen. Samsung is already having a tough enough time selling the Fold 6 at its $1,799 retail price. And with the firm already decreasing its sales expectations for both the Flip 7 and Fold 7, it's tough to conceive that anything good would come from a price rise. One of the greatest sticking issues over the past few incarnations of Z Fold devices has been the design, especially when the likes of the OnePlus Open emerge, giving a comfortable and pleasing hardware experience. Then Google announced the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, looking nothing like the original Pixel Fold with its passport-style design. And that's just looking at the foldable market in North America. If you start looking outside, the disparity between Samsung and nearly every other OEM is even more astonishing, with options like the Honor Magic V3, Vivo X Fold 3 Pro, and even Huawei's Mate X6. After Samsung debuted the Z Fold SE in late October 2024, it provided a preview at what the Galaxy Z Fold 7 could bring. As it turns out, rumors claim this is essentially what we'll see later in the year. With that in mind, the Z Fold 7 is rumored to include a larger 6.5-inch cover screen, combined with an 8-inch main display. If Samsung leaves everything else the same, the Fold 7 might possibly end up being both slimmer and lighter. Compared to the Fold 6, the Z Fold SE is 1.5mm slimmer and 3 grams lighter. However, concessions evidently had to be made in order to accomplish these outcomes, with the Z Fold SE missing the specialist digitizer required for S Pen functionality. While we want to see a more modern design coming with the Fold 7, we also hope that S Pen functionality is not discontinued. In January 2025, an interview with Fastprint by the Elec revealed that Samsung was not aiming to introduce any substantial adjustments made to the Z Fold 7. Instead, noting that there will be some changes starting with the Z8 series that will be released in 2026. Moving past the look, we already have a pretty solid idea of what the Z Fold 7 will deliver in terms of specs. As will be the case with most 2025 top Android phones, Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Elite is expected to be at the helm. It gives a 45% improvement in both single-core and multi-core performance, coupled with being around 40% more efficient than the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. As of January 2025, just a handful of Snapdragon 8 Elite phones have been produced, but the results already proved to be quite outstanding. For reference, the ASUS ROG Phone 9 Pro achieved a single-core score of 3137 and a multi-core score of 9936 in Geekbench 6. Meanwhile, the Z Fold 6 with its Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 scores a 2039 single-core score and a 6367 multi-core score. Other specifications are still limited, but we expect the Z Fold 7 will continue the trend of following in the footsteps of the S25 in some aspects. As for battery life, we've yet to actually see anything that would imply Samsung is going to do anything new. Even if the Z Fold 7 takes the style of the Fold Special Edition, there's a strong possibility we'll still have a very basic 4,400 mAh battery. In the same spirit, Samsung isn't likely to make any adjustments to charging speeds, resulting in 25-watt cable charging and 15-watt QR wireless. On the one hand, we want to believe that 2025 is the year that Samsung will finally listen to its fan base and create a foldable that's both original and performant. Logic, on the other hand, tells us to believe this won't actually be the case, especially given the rumors that Samsung has cut its shipment predictions and ambitions for foldable phones. The most likely possibility is that the Galaxy Z Fold 7 simply adopts the look of the Galaxy Z Fold Special Edition, while getting the performance increases we expect to see in the Galaxy S25 Ultra. There's a lot of time between now and the projected launch, so it won't be long until more details are leaked or reported. It's also not outside the realm of possibility that Samsung throws a wrench into things by introducing the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and a Fold 7 Special Edition. But it may not matter in the larger scheme of things if the Special Edition is only sold in Samsung's native country of South Korea. So that's all we know for now. We'll be sure to keep you updated as soon as we have more information. Thanks for watching.